Okay, I am going to replace my power converter in my 2005 Fleetwood Gearbox RV. That's the converter down there, and this is the whole power box. You can see I turned off all the switches, and I yanked out all the fuses. They're all lined up nicely down there. Of course, I took a picture too of the fuses to make sure I get them all in the right place. They're pretty well labeled, all the numbers and the amperages and all that. This over here is my new, I got a Power Max converter. And this one's supposedly better and more reliable than the one that's in there right now, according to bestconverters.com. So I'll come back with more here in just a second and show you more about what I do to disconnect it. I've got to figure out how to disconnect these. There's two wires here, and there's two wires back there. And I'm assuming the thicker wires are the 110, 120 volt, whatever, and these two are probably the 12 volt system. So I got the covers off, and always good safety precautions should always be practiced. This is electricity. It can kill you. Make sure everything's turned off. I've got a nice little 12 volt disconnect thing here, so that disconnects my batteries. And of course I also unplugged from shore power outside. No generator is powered on or anything. And I use one of these types of things to see if there's any power going through. I'm not going to go into the details about that. If you don't know how to do with that, then you probably shouldn't be doing this anyways. Contact a professional. I got things backwards. The black and white wires obviously are 110, and the red white thicker wires are for batteries. I shows you how much I know. Looks like there's some wires without a wire nut sitting back here. That's scary. Anyways, I took 4 screws out and found the spot where we get the red wire off back here, and the white wire that's going down to the converter is right here. So pop that out of there and pop that off the back of there, and then I can pop this wire off from up there and this wire from right there, and I should be able to get my old converter out. Okay, I've run into 2 challenges with this converter. One is that the holes on the front don't match up to the holes from the old one, and you also notice there's like a wall there on the side. No wall on the side of this one. So that, and also the wires are on the opposite ends of the board. So the 12 volt system I have to run over there, and instead of running it up over the wall here, or I'm worried that the rubbing on that wall will make them ground out eventually, I'm trying to run them underneath this hole here, because this wall runs right up against where the wires come through that hole up there. So anyways, wow, if I would have known it was gonna not match up this way, I probably would have stuck with the old, with that model instead of this model. So best converters, this one is to you. Don't recommend this until they change it so they can match up perfectly. It didn't work out because when I run those wires underneath that hole, this wire won't reach all the way up to there. So trying something different. I managed to get it in, and it looks like the wires are running over the smoother part of the box up here. So I think that's going to be okay. As you see, the holes aren't matching up. Not too big of a deal. And also there's this wire that wasn't on the other model. I'm assuming that's a ground wire that needs to be hooked up to metal. So I set that underneath that screw, since that screw isn't doing anything else anyways. And over here, the hole wasn't big enough for the screw, so I had to drill that out a little bit. So when you're doing something like this, make sure you have a basic set of tools like a drill bits, and my electrical camera. So I have electrical parts like this and crimping tools. I had to this wire here required a thing too, because it was just a wire that just hung out there, so I needed to hook that up and crimp that on there. So I've got the 12-volt wires just hanging out here. I'm not going to plug them in yet. I'm going to turn on the power and throw my main on, and then throw the power to the converter on, and test these out to make sure they're only 12 volt like they're supposed to be. I guess 13 to 14 on the little reader should be okay. It tested out okay with the 14 volt as expected, and so I went ahead and turned I've had turning all this back off and got it all screwed in there, and I turned them back on, and not hearing any bad noises or anything, not seeing anything bad. So I'm going to put the fuses back in after I make sure I'm getting 14 volts to all these correctly. I should. I don't see any reason why. I mean, if I'm getting 14 volt to here, 12 volt to there, then it should be all working just like it was before. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and please practice safe electrical. Bye.